Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the notice of motion given by me on February 20th, 2020, and the rules and forms of procedure of the House of Assembly, I have the honour, by command, to present a message from His Honour, the Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Nova Scotia, relating to the estimate of sums required for the service of the province for the fiscal year ending March 31, 2021, which is: I hereby transmit estimates of sums required for the public service of the province for the year ending March 31, 2021, and in accordance with the Constitution Act 1867, recommend them, together with the budget addressed by my Minister of Finance and Treasury Board, and any resolutions or bills necessary or advisable to approve the estimates and implement the budget measures to the House of Assembly. Signed by Lieutenant Governor Arthur J. LeBlanc. Mr. Speaker, at this time I wish to, number one, table the message from His Honour, the Lieutenant Governor of the province, transmitting the estimates for the consideration of this House. Number two, table the estimate books. Number three, table the government business plan. Number four, table the Crown Corporation business plan. Number five, table the estimate in Crown Corporation business plans resolutions. And number six, deliver my budget speech. And number seven, move that the estimates of sums required for the province of Nova Scotia for the fiscal year ending March 31, 2021, being supplied to be granted to Her Majesty and the Crown Corporation business plans be referred to the Committee of the Whole House on Supply. And here we are. This is our moment, so we'll make it last as long as we can.
The estimates are tabled. The Honourable Minister of Finance and Treasury Board.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people. On behalf of the government, I am pleased to introduce the Nova Scotia Budget 2020-21, Better Together. Today, I am sharing what we believe is a message of hope, gratitude, and optimism. When Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, visited Halifax recently, he was asked for his thoughts about Atlantic Canada. His response was, and I quote, "We need to recognize that strength comes from our creativity, our innovation, and our diversity," end of quote. We agree. Creativity, innovation, and diversity are qualities that exist in our people in every community and corner of this province. Those qualities have positioned Nova Scotia for success on the world stage. It takes an entire community to achieve change, according to the One Nova Scotia. And I quote, "Real leadership and new initiatives need to come from both the private and public sectors, from key institutions in the voluntary sector, and from citizens through their community organizations," end of quote. Today, I am extending thanks to all Nova Scotians, to those business leaders, the private sector, and valued community partners for the strong contributions they have made and continue to make. A new decade begins with renewed confidence and a continued commitment in our growing diversity and our strong and resilient economy. We are presenting our 5th consecutive balanced budget with Budget 2021. We are forecasting rising revenues of $11.6 billion, expenditures of $11.54 billion, with a positive position of $55 million. Nova Scotians want to be self-sufficient and to provide for themselves and their families. Government's priority is to create opportunities and pathways so that our success helps make this happen. Budget 2021, we are making significant investments in a variety of programs to make their lives better. These commitments include improvements to the Nova Scotia Child Benefit, the Child, Youth and Family Supports, affordable housing, accessibility initiatives, pre-primary, public transit, minimum wage. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to do better. With our stronger economy and our positive fiscal position, we want to share this economic success. Budget 2021 supports Nova Scotians who may not have been feeling the success of our province. The budget for community services alone is increasing by $54.3 million to more than $1 billion in support of Nova Scotians who need it the most. Mr. Speaker, no child should live in poverty. That is why government is expanding the Nova Scotia Child Benefit by adding $18 million to adjust the low-income threshold to include more families under this benefit. Families with incomes of $34,000 or below are now eligible, and this means almost 50,000 children and 30,000 families are now included in that benefit. This is the largest single increase to the Nova Scotia Child Benefit since it was created in 1998. We also want to improve the monthly income of our most vulnerable. This budget directs an additional $17.3 million to support the standard household rate under the Income Assistance Program, and the new rate began in 2020. Parents want to provide the best they can for their children. In 2017, our province committed to implementing a free, universal pre-primary program for all 4-year-olds. We want children to have an equal opportunity to participate in quality, play-based learning, regardless of their socioeconomic circumstances. Early learning provides meaningful and lifelong benefits. In 2016, only 25% of our children could access childcare and early learning, and that is why our government committed to fully implementing this free, universal pre-primary program. And this September, every 4-year-old in Nova Scotia will have access to that program. Budget 2020 includes an increase of $17.5 million for a total investment of $51.4 million. That makes Nova Scotia a leader in Atlantic Canada in pre-primary education. Families have told us that transportation would make it easier to access pre-primary, particularly in rural Nova Scotia. So bus service for all eligible pre-primary children begins this September with a new funding of $4 million. Creating this opportunity for young children also means more parents can attend school themselves or return to the workforce and contribute to family income. We are investing in child, youth, and family supports for new and expanded programs. Community-based resources can be a lifeline for parents and children, and we want to expand on the excellent work of our community partners. We have some of those partners with us today, and I would ask them to stand as they're introduced. We will invest $1.9 million this year to enhance the essential work of our Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and our Family Resource Centres. And if I could ask those from the Boys and Girls Clubs to please stand. We have Hank Van Leeuwen, the CEO, and Bethany Moffat, a board member, who do great work in our community. Thank you very much for joining us. We will increase our investment every year for the next 3 years to guarantee stable funding, program funding of $7.7 million after that. We are also providing $400,000 increase to Phoenix House, and we have folks from Phoenix House. I would ask Tim Crooks and Elizabeth Church if they would stand, please. This investment in Phoenix House will allow them to grow and shape programs to reflect the needs of all of our families. Our government also wants to enhance programs that support adults and children with disabilities by adding $16.6 million to the Disability Support Program. Of this, $7.4 million will be used to transition residents from larger facilities into community-based living. This means 50 Nova Scotians will move into communities next year with increasing numbers and investments in each of the following 3 years and beyond. Government will also invest an additional $2.8 million in the Flex in-home program to support those with disabilities who live at home with their families. In 2019, there were 1,694 individuals, and this number is likely to grow. All Nova Scotians deserve the opportunity to thrive and reach their full potential. In recent weeks, government has made important investments to support social enterprise that provides better services to Nova Scotians with diverse abilities. These include facilities in Sydney, North Sydney, New Minas, East Hants, New Glasgow, Truro, and Lawrencetown in Annapolis County. This investment will improve facilities, expand programming, and provide employment opportunities. In Sydney, the Horizon Achievement Centre supports adults with diverse abilities in accessing employment training. The province has invested $2 million and provided 2.2 hectares of land in the Harbourside Business Park for a new building. Horizon is Cape Breton's largest provider of vocational training and employment development services. This $6 million is a significant investment in social enterprise across the province. An accessible Nova Scotia by 2030 is the goal of the Accessibility Directorate. Their work with the disabilities community, with municipalities, with businesses and post-secondary institutions will continue with an increased total budget of $1.9 million. Businesses can apply to improve accessibility through the Accessibility Program with a continued funding for that program of $1 million. Transportation is a cornerstone of the government's poverty reduction blueprint and Nova Scotia's action plan for an aging population. We are supporting upgrades for the Kings Transit fleet in the Valley, linking Kings, Annapolis, and Digby counties. A new service is being introduced in Stellarton and New Glasgow, providing those communities with a fixed-link bus service for the first time in decades. Buses, terminals, and shelters are being added in Bridgewater and the Cape Breton Regional Municipality and in 5 other communities. And we continue to support income assistance recipients in Halifax Regional Municipality by providing free bus passes for Halifax Transit. The quality of life for Nova Scotians greatly depends on access to safe and affordable housing. A substantial investment in affordable housing for Nova Scotians of $394 million will be supported over the next 9 years under the National Housing Strategy. Provincial contribution is $197 million for this federal-provincial partnership. Close to 3,000 households in need will benefit from this partnership under the Nova Scotia's Action Plan for Affordable Housing. Adding to this impact, another 2,500 households in need will benefit from provincial funding of $70 million over the same 3-year period. Nova Scotia is contributing $18.7 million in Budget 2021 for affordable housing, home repairs, urban native housing, community housing, rent supplements, and other provincial housing priorities. Rent supplements improve housing security and promote mixed-use, mixed-income communities by making rents affordable for those living in nonprofit or co-op housing and in private market units. Housing Nova Scotia will add an additional 560 new rent supplements, and of these, 120 will be directed for people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. The Affordable Renters Program will be sustained with an ongoing $2 million investment. Last year alone, under this program, more than 400 low-income homes in Cape Breton received free energy efficiency upgrades, and most families are now saving an average of $900 per year. Addressing homelessness is key to changing lives. Some of our most vulnerable Nova Scotians will be supported by a $20.5 million investment over 5 years, starting in 2021, for the Integrated Action Plan to address homelessness. This is the largest single investment in homelessness prevention made by government, and this investment will focus on housing first support, finding permanent, stable, and safe homes for people who are experiencing or at risk of homelessness. We will continue work with our community partners, such as ADSM for Women and Children, on their shelter diversion efforts. And we have some folks here from ADSM. Stand, please. I would like to introduce Sherry Lecker, the Executive Director, and Megan Hansford, the Housing Support Manager from ADSM. We are investing $400,000 to keep children out of shelters. We also want to give more low and modest income earners an opportunity to own their own home. In 2021, we will double the lending capacity under the Down Payment Assistance Program. On April 2020, Nova Scotia's minimum wage rate increases by $1 per hour to $12.55 per hour. This will improve the monthly paycheck for minimum wage earners and their families, and this is the largest annual increase in the province's minimum wage in a decade. It brings Nova Scotia closer to the highest minimum wage rate in the country and is the second highest in Atlantic Canada. This budget is a reflection of the hard work of Nova Scotians and the value this government places on helping those who need it the most. Access to quality health care is the #1 priority for Nova Scotians. We are transforming health care by providing better services today and into the future. The overall investment in the healthcare sector has grown to $4.82 billion. Budget 2021 includes $86.1 million in response to increased demand for services. Our work continues to recruit doctors, and we are seeing success by supporting community groups with their recruitment. We are also encouraged by Statistics Canada that shows Nova Scotia ranks 4th nationally for patient attachment to a primary health care provider. A new agreement with our doctors is a critical step to strengthening physician recruitment and retention. We are dedicating an additional $75.3 million for physician services and salaries in Budget 2021. Family, emergency, and anesthesia doctors will become the highest paid in Atlantic Canada, and other specialties such as psychiatry, obstetrics, and gynecology will be among the highest paid in Atlantic Canada. Dalhousie Medical School will continue developing the next generation of doctors with an additional $4.7 million this year, including $1.9 million increase for the second cohort of 15 specialty residency placements, $1.5 million increase to add 12 first-year seats at medical school with a focus on rural communities, Mi'kmaq, and other Indigenous peoples, and African Nova Scotians, bringing the total to 16 seats. And $1.3 million will be for the next group of 10 family medicine residents. A fast-track immigration stream specifically for doctors is helping ongoing recruitment efforts. Family doctors Baldeep and Karan Baines recently relocated from London, the UK, to Nova Scotia. Their decision to move here was influenced by the quality of life and the welcoming community they discovered here. We have successfully recruited 54 doctors through this new physician immigration stream. Along with other successful recruitment efforts, this brings our total to 440 new doctors since 2016. Nova Scotia also needs more nurses. 70 more students will be able to study at the Dalhousie Nursing Program in Yarmouth and at Cape Breton University, and more students will be able to study and stay here after they graduate. Together, these initiatives will help stabilize priority services such as access to family doctors, maternity care in home communities, and mental health services in rural areas. Collaborative care is working in this province. Healthcare professionals told us they want to work collaboratively. In 2016, we had only 39 teams. We listened and we worked together. We have strengthened teams and created new ones. And together, today, we have more than 85 collaborative family practice teams supported with an overall investment of $28.4 million in Budget 2021. These teams are found in communities across the province. Nova Scotians also need access to medications when and where they need them. An additional $21 million brings our total investment to $370 million through both the Department of Health and Wellness and Community Services. And this supports families, seniors, and cancer care patients with their much-needed medications. Cancer touches all of us. For some women, ovarian cancer means there is no recovery. The outcomes have not improved in 5 decades, and that needs to change. We will provide $1 million to Ovarian Cancer Canada to collaborate with Dalhousie University for ovarian cancer research. And we have 2 visitors here from Ovarian Cancer Canada. Please stand. I'd like to introduce you, Emile Chasson, who is the Regional Director, and Teresa Marie Underhill, who is a board member. Welcome, and thanks for the work you do. Mr. Speaker, we are the first province to support a national campaign to find a cure.
Hear, hear.
The province's 1,300 urban and rural pharmacists are an important part of delivering health care to Nova Scotians. A new agreement is changing their scope of practice. Pharmacists are now able to renew prescriptions for 180 days for many items, with the fee publicly funded for all residents with a valid health card. Budget 2020 includes $3.2 million to implement the Human Organ and Tissue Donation Act, which is expected to take effect during 2020. Every Nova Scotian will be presumed to be a potential donor unless they opt out. This will give patients waiting for transplants more opportunity by increasing the availability of organs and tissue. This legislation, Mr. Speaker, is the first of its kind in North America. Human trafficking and sexual exploitation is the fastest growing crime in Canada, and it hits close to home. Budget 2021 highlights what we can accomplish when we work together, and right now we need to fight this crime. Our government is taking action. Our government is taking action and has released an approach to fight human trafficking. We know the devastating effects on victims, survivors, their families, and the entire community. Over the next 5 years, government will invest $1.4 million annually for more supports and services with a focus to protect Mi'kmaq and African Nova Scotian communities. This support will include a team of family and victim support navigators, an additional Crown prosecutor, and dedicated police investigators. And the focus of our strategy is protection, prevention, prosecution, and partnership. We cannot do this alone. We have to work together to fight this sad reality. The government is also continuing to support those who have experienced sexual assault through the Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner program, which expanded during 2019. Funding for mental health and addictions continues to be a priority. We will increase funding to sustain and expand services and supports, bringing the total investment to $316.5 million. Children and teenagers who need mental health and addiction support are getting better care faster at the IWK Health Centre. Children and teenagers are also able to access additional mental health resources through Schools Plus, which has now expanded to every school community in this province. These additional resources include social workers, community outreach workers, facilitators, and mental health clinicians. The Mental Health Crisis Line means mobile support is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Callers are connected to supports at home, at work, at school, and in the community. I want to acknowledge Dr. Stan Kuchar, an internationally renowned expert and educator in the area of adolescent mental health, for his leadership and his guidance. Our youth are our future, and we want them to be healthy. Too many of our young people are smoking and vaping, and research shows this may result in severe lung disease, even death. Recently, Dr. Robert Strang, Nova Scotia's Chief Medical Officer of Health, joined his colleagues across the country in expressing significant concern about the rise of nicotine vaping among Canadian youth. They urged governments to take action with stronger regulations, and we listened. New efforts will be made to reduce youth smoking and vaping. We will introduce a tax on vaping products starting in September 2020. In addition, all retailers will require a permit to sell vaping products starting in July of 2020. As part of our harm reduction strategy, we are also increasing the tax on cigarettes, cigars, and other forms of tobacco. Our aging population also needs care. Our investments will show that long-term care remains a priority. This budget adds $5.3 million to enhance long-term care for a total of $612.4 million. These new investments will include implementing the recommendations of the expert panel on long-term care. They will also be used to convert underutilized residential care facility beds to long-term care beds here in Halifax. This builds on a previous $15 million investment for upgrades in nursing homes across the province. This is a budget that reflects the hard work of Nova Scotians to put this province on a solid fiscal foundation. And now we are in a strong position to lift people up, to make lasting investments, and to support those who need it the most. When we first formed government in 2013, our province and our economy were underperforming. Faced with this situation, our priority was to set a new path for the province. Let us pause for a moment to consider the task before us by comparing then and now. The province was borrowing money to pay the bills in 2013 with a $677 million budget deficit. As mentioned, 2020 brings our 5th consecutive balanced budget. Nova Scotia's population was about 940,000 in 2013. In 2019, we made history with close to 977,000 Nova Scotians, the fastest population growth in close to half a century. Immigration attracted about 2,500 newcomers in 2013. Nova Scotia welcomed a record-setting 7,600 new permanent residents in 2019. In 2013, employment declined by 1.1%. Last year, we experienced the fastest employment growth in 15 years at a positive 2.2%. Unemployment in 2013 was 9.1%. Today, we see the lowest unemployment since the 70s at 7.2%. Exports were at $15 billion in 2013, and these rose to $16.6 billion by 2018. In 2013, parents watched their sons and daughters choose to move out of Nova Scotia for opportunities elsewhere. In 2019, our population increased by 3,461 people as those from other parts of Canada came to Nova Scotia. I want to acknowledge the guidance of the Nova Scotia Commission on building our new economy. The challenge they presented was to build a more diverse population and a stronger economy. The Commission believed that a sustainable economy would provide the foundation needed to move our province forward. This required difficult decisions, a solid fiscal management, and strong leadership. And today, we see the results of our commitments to build that better province. The province's population is more diverse than ever. Employers and community are our partners in supporting the highest newcomer retention rate in Atlantic Canada at 71% retention. A growing population creates momentum with more workers, more entrepreneurs, more professionals, and more consumers. We want to build on this success by increasing our immigration. Our Premier is working with the federal government to increase our allocation, and we will continue to invest $100,000 in the Office of Immigration for the extension of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Nova Scotians are proud of our successes, but we can do better together. The strengthening and resilient economy means that Nova Scotia is well positioned for the next decade. I want to thank our business leaders, private sector, and entrepreneurs. They have demonstrated their confidence through their private investment and through their job creation. Ongoing dialogue with our business community is essential. Many business groups came forward with pre-budget submissions, and we listened. Over the past several years, we have heard from the Halifax Chamber of Commerce, the Insurance Bureau of Canada, the Retail Council of Canada, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, and others that represent the business community. And we have heard a consistent voice in favour of lower corporate taxation. Thus, the corporate tax rate will drop by 2% to 14% to help businesses to become more competitive, to innovate, and to reinvest. And this will bring Nova Scotia in line with New Brunswick for the lowest rate in Atlantic Canada. The backbone of rural Nova Scotia, as well as our urban centres, is the successful small business community. These small businesses employ thousands of Nova Scotians, and we want their success to continue. Budget 2021 will reduce the small business tax rate by 0.5% to 2.5%, and this too brings us to the lowest small business tax rate in Atlantic Canada. This will allow small business owners to invest more in their own businesses and to continue to employ Nova Scotians across the province. It will also allow our province to be more competitive in attracting new businesses on the national and global stage. Business competitiveness fosters innovation, investment, and growth. Reducing regulatory burden is a priority of our government, and we are leading the country with this initiative. And this saves businesses time, and time means money. The Office of Regulatory Affairs has already found $34 million in savings, and continuing efforts will cut another $10 million by the end of 2020. According to Statistics Canada, for the first time in our province, private sector employment grew to 300,000 during 2019. Strong private sector employment growth helped to drive record high employment of almost 469,000 jobs last spring. Nova Scotians are also experiencing the lowest rate of unemployment since the 70s. We acknowledge the potential impact on the lives of workers and the sector of the decision by Northern Pulp to put their mill into hibernation. Let me be clear, Mr. Speaker. This government believes the forestry sector has a future in this province. We know we are in a time of significant change and transition, and that is why we are working in partnership with the forestry sector to move forward. We have created the Forestry Transition Team with representation from government, industry, and post-secondary education to help lessen the impact on the workers and the sector. We will continue responding to constructive ideas from the sector on programs and services, and workers who want to develop or transfer their valuable skills will be able to retrain. We believe in investing in Nova Scotians so they can continue to stay here to support themselves and their families. Forestry contractors affected by the closure can apply for short-term repayable financing. The government worked with credit unions on this program, which helps contractors with payments on their equipment loans. Self-employed forestry contractors who are not eligible for employment insurance need our support, and we are making sure they have access to employment programs through Labour and Advanced Education with $1.45 million in new provincial funding. Forestry contractors and woodlot owners can now apply for additional silviculture and road work. Replacing imported fossil fuels with a locally sourced renewable resource will create a new market for low-grade forest fibre and reduce the carbon footprint of public buildings.
Good job, Gary.
The team is focusing on how we can get more economic value from our natural resources with new markets, new products, and new innovative approaches. With the establishment of a $50 million Forestry Transition Trust, we will continue to provide both the short-term and long-term that those in the sector and the industry need. In an independent review commissioned by the province, Professor Bill Leahy recognized that ecological forestry protects ecosystems and biodiversity, supports economic growth, and keeps the forest healthy and sustainable. Using the expertise of the sector, we will continue our efforts to maintain and increase the economic value of our forests. This includes new markets, new products, and innovative approaches. These are the same approaches that have driven our export successes in other sectors. Nova Scotia exports of all commodities and services reached a milestone high of $16.6 billion in 2018, and this represents average growth of more than 5% per year since 2016. On behalf of the province of Nova Scotia, I congratulate the province's business community for their global successes. More and more customers around the world are recognizing the high value of our products. Nova Scotia remains Canada's largest seafood exporter, with exports worth $2.3 billion. Shipments of tires are up to close to $1.2 billion. And frozen fruit is up to $138 million. And around the world, people are going wild about our wild blueberries. Government support for businesses to start and grow exports includes international business development education, business navigators, export growth program funding, and support for trade missions, market intelligence, and logistics. After decades of neglect, this government will invest $1 billion in much-needed infrastructure. This is the largest single investment in the history of the province and will better support health care and education in the future. Early in 2020, the Scotiabank forecast noted public investments in highway twinning and hospitals, as well as shipbuilding and an airport expansion, are helping to support a healthy domestic economy in the coming year. Modern health care delivery, state-of-the-art schools, safe and efficient highways, and waterfront developments will stimulate employment for this generation and serve Nova Scotians for generations to come. The largest healthcare redevelopment in the provincial history is progressing with $154 million investment this year. The QE2 New Generation project will expand healthcare services and facilities at many locations. The community outpatient clinic at Bayers Lake, expanded services at Dartmouth General Hospital, improved operating capacity at Hants Community Hospital, an outpatient centre at Halifax Infirmary, and centres for cancer care at the Halifax Infirmary. The Cape Breton Regional Municipality Health Redevelopment will include major expansion of Sydney's Cape Breton's Regional Hospital to include enhanced cancer care unit, renovations to the emergency department in Glace Bay. I think we'll cancel that one. New health centre and long-term care in North Sydney, a community-based paramedic program covering the Cape Breton Regional Municipality, a community hub for New Waterford that includes a school, health centre, and long-term care facility. Community-based hospitals and medical centres around the province, such as Middleton, Pugwash, and Bridgewater, also require upgrades, and this important renewal is supported by $54.3 million in Budget 2021. These investments will modernize the delivery of health service for patients and improve workplaces for medical and health care specialists. We want all motorists to be safe on our highways. That is why we are investing $85.3 million more to twin the 100 series highways and to repair and maintain roads, highways, and bridges. Construction on highways 101, 103, and 104 and the Sackville-Bedford-Burnside connector are either underway or about to start. We know how important the 104 twinning project between New Glasgow and Antigonish is for all motorists and residents. We are also committed to the 5-year capital plan to build new schools. Students and parents across the province will benefit from about $266 million to build and renovate 16 schools and the purchase of 30 existing P3 schools. Major infrastructure investments will revitalize the waterfront districts in both Sydney and Halifax. The new Marconi campus for the Nova Scotia Community College will offer state-of-the-art facilities for those who wish to begin or retrain for new careers. In Halifax, the Arts District will feature a new home for the Nova Scotia Art Gallery and common public spaces. It will also provide access to art, culture, and world-class exhibitions and festivals. High-speed internet is critical to the social and economic well-being of our communities. More Nova Scotians will soon have access to high-speed internet through the Nova Scotia Internet Trust Fund. This was established in 2018 with an investment of $193 million. Just recently, $45 million was committed to 5 projects, which will leverage funds of about $56 million in private and other public sector funding. More than 42,000 homes and businesses will gain access to high-speed internet through these community-based projects, and Develop Nova Scotia will also be announcing additional projects through a second round of applications. The impact on individuals as well as businesses in rural Nova Scotia will allow them to become more efficient, more effective, and supported by reliable high-speed internet connectivity. We look toward a bright future with confidence in the next generation of Nova Scotians. Just look at Hope Blooms, where these qualities are alive and well with the youth involved. I believe we have some folks here. Hope blooms. I'd like to welcome Jesse Jollymore, the Executive Director, and Star Kane, the Operations Manager. I would say to all of us, if you haven't tried it, you better try their salad dressing. With our investment of $300,000, Hope Blooms will continue to youth will continue to benefit from mentoring, entrepreneurship, and gaining life skills. The province depends on the diversity, innovation, and resilience and creativity of our youth. Youth employment in Nova Scotia has risen to 8.1% in 2009, and this rapid jump sets a 42-year record for growth. This is encouraging, and it tells us that our youth see a future for themselves here at home and are already actively engaged in our growing economy. We are also seeing a record number of international students who are choosing to stay in Nova Scotia after graduation. In 2019, 601 international graduates were approved by the Provincial Immigration Program, and the retention rate rose to 12.6%, and this represents a historic high for the province. Government and businesses are supporting students to gain valuable on-the-job experience and to add innovation to the workplace. Dartmouth's MedOcean Telematics is a strong exporter currently expanding from ocean technology to wireless business, part of a worldwide effort to better understand, interpret, and connect our planet. Their Iridium satellite positioning has applications for ice melting monitoring, oil platform safety, wildlife monitoring, tsunami forecasting, and search and rescue. The company hires new graduates through the Graduate to Opportunity, and as a regular co-op employer, they are embracing the new diversity bursary. They are not alone. More than 640 employers have hired more than 1,200 recent grads for full-time jobs in their chosen career through this program. Clearly, Nova Scotia's highly motivated, skilled, and educated population are a strong asset for the businesses working here in our province. University grants will increase by $3.6 million as part of the Memorandum of Understanding, bringing the total budget to $443 million in support of post-secondary education for our Nova Scotia students. The Nova Scotia Loan Forgiveness Program is helping recent Nova Scotian graduates from provincial universities start their working lives with lower debt loads. We will continue this program, and we will add graduates from the Nova Scotia Community College to that program. We also want to provide opportunity to our African, Nova Scotian, and Mi'kmaq students. We will be supporting the Schulich School of Law at Dalhousie University with a $350,000 investment. We are continuing our strong investment in the P-12 education system. We are investing another $15 million for a total investment of $45 million on recommendations from the Commission on Inclusive Education. Nearly 400 additional teachers, education workers, and specialists have enriched our classrooms in the last 19 months, and this includes autism specialists, behavior support specialists, and child and youth practitioners. Mr. Speaker, around the world, young people have spoken. They want government to take action on climate change, and we have been listening. We have set the most ambitious goals in Canada for cutting emissions, 53% below the 2005 levels by 2030, and net zero by 2050. Nova Scotia is a national leader in fighting climate change, and we are making strategic investments as we transition to a greener economy. Environment is planning to spend $1.6 million for the startup of the Green Fund. Energy and Mines is investing nearly $125 million over the next 3 years in programs that reduce emissions and create jobs in the green economy. The province will spend about $44 million for the following initiatives in 2021. A $3 million provincial investment in the Low Carbon Economy Fund for the residential solar electricity program, energy efficiency rebates, and discounts on efficiency products. A $6.5 million provincial investment in green infrastructure projects such as bike lanes and energy upgrades for Mi'kmaq and public housing. A $10.3 million provincial investment in low-income energy efficiency programs such as home warming and others. And we will invest $24 million toward the Low Carbon Economy Fund and the green infrastructure programs. Today, more than 200 businesses and 1,400 people work in the energy efficiency industry. We will look to the next generation for leadership on climate action. When Barack Obama spoke in Halifax, he inspired thousands of Nova Scotians and young people in the audience. And we are, in turn, inspired by their voices, their talents, and their leadership. As a new decade begins, Nova Scotia can be optimistic. Budget 2021, Better Together, reflects the importance of partnerships with the private sector, our municipalities, and indeed all Nova Scotians. We have worked hard together to get the province in a position where we can provide investments and support to all of our communities and to all of our citizens. Our province is in a stronger economic position, and Budget 2021 supports programs that matter to Nova Scotians. It also articulates our investments for the future. When we started on this journey, our Premier, Honourable Stephen McNeil, stated that we as a government will stand beside you and support you. We have done that. We have demonstrated that we can be better together. We are better together. Yes. Thank you.